BTC is trading at 96K. No surprises. It's been like that the entire week, but it's all about the altcoins again. There is one or two sleeping giants that have woken up. Is this just the tease? Are they going to dump us or are they going to pump us? Guys, we're looking at some big giants here that I think could be proper cookers if the market gets a little bit of energy. I've got longs for you. I've got shorts for you. I've got a guest bringing some alpha. It's Friday. Let's get right into this. And remember, as always, hit that like, hit the bell, hit the subscribe. And you guys know it's Friday. You're getting used to it. I brought in the DGen. Okay, DGen Dave, the absolute weapon. Nice sign behind you there, bro. It even says DGen Dave. And he's got a setup. We've taken a long. He's got a couple of plans for you guys this weekend. So he's coming in hot, subject to likes. And James is in the house frantically looking for some interesting news, but it's pretty flat out there at the moment. But if anything interesting comes up, he's going to jump out there and give us something good. Okay, let's go. Look at Banter Bubbles now. Fuck, I mean, we missed this one again. Trump. I'm too busy watching Altcoin. I'm watching a couple others. And here goes Trump, 30% up. That thing's absolutely flying. SPX, nice. Virtual, nice. AI agents looking good. Dupe, there's news on Dupe. Is it time to take profits? Is it time for a head short? Is it time to pump this thing some more? We're talking about that in a couple of minutes as well. And all around, it looks pretty green. So I think everybody's feeling a little bit better on this Friday. Now, we've had 2 Fridays in a row where Uncle Donald came and absolutely wrecked our weekend. He wrecked our plans. So far, James, he hasn't done anything yet.
Nothing yet. It's a quiet day. I don't know what to do with myself. Where's the disaster?
We need some kind of tariff. We need some kind of war. I don't know. I'm not comfortable with this feeling of all this green at the moment, but long may it continue. Okay, so that is looking decent for us. Let's jump straight into Bitcoin and let's see what they are doing to us right now. Okay, so as you can see, lots of chop at the moment. If you are trading altcoins, you will notice that your alts are green. Your alts are cooking at the moment. What is Enough and I saying? Had to laugh in hackers when Mark said Daddy Dylan. Okay. Mark, behave yourself there, sir. Okay, so Bitcoin on the 2 hour. What are we watching here? You can see we are still in the same channel from yesterday. You would have noticed your alts are doing really nicely at the moment. Bitcoin relatively flat. So what does that mean? That gives us time for dominance to drop. It gives us time for these altcoins to start pushing. Now, in terms of if we have to play this channel exactly the way we see it, we need to be aware that this is on the table for us. So let's not write that off. Let's not get over euphoric with the current situation. Let's plan accordingly. Let's have head shorts in play. Let's take profits on some of our longs that we are cooking on at the moment. And let's understand that at any point in time, Uncle Donald or some outside forces can come and push BTC down to the bottom of this wedge. Okay, so if you understand that, that's a good start. So levels we're watching, 95,500. You can see this has been tried and tested a couple of times so far this week. So 95,500. Then lower down, I've got a wick fill situation here at 94,100 and dropping that into a 786 at 93.5. So that makes perfect sense for me to the downside if we get a reasonable dump. And then to the upside, well, you can see there's a bit of action at the moment. We're getting held below a VWAP at the moment. There is horizontal pressure here against us as well. So 97,300 is your current resistance. What is the game plan? If we do get a pop in the market, we're looking for a hard pop into 99 to 100K. We most likely are going to get some kind of rejection in that area. The reason being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 taps in that region. We probably get another one. The real test is going to be, do the bulls step in when we come back and retest that breakout? So guys, that is what I'm looking for this weekend. Those are the levels that I'm watching to the upside. Let's see if we get a continuation move. If we can flip 97,000 into support later on today, we might get a nice push this weekend into 99 to 100K. Okay, there's our 100K. And look out at these levels. This is a VWAP in the way. That is a danger zone. That is a potential short zone up there for you guys. So just play it safe. If we do get action here, let's just manage our euphoria. Okay, and Ferdy says Valentine's pump. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, happy Valentine's. I hope you got a rose. I hope you got a rose or something. Huh?
Later. After the show, I'm to the store.
Good. There you go. Something later then. Okay, guys, Bitcoin, that is the game plan. Let's see what's going on in the news. Then we're talking alts. We got longs, we got shorts. I got it all coming for you guys. Okay. PMG George says, no Valentine's date. Now I have money for a trade. Yeah, maybe it's a good time. Maybe we're going to have a bit of a move this weekend. So Crypto T is giving us the crypto market right now. And I suppose it's a bit greener than yesterday. Okay, so this might have been more relevant yesterday, but we're just pre-rich. Okay, we're not broke. We're not getting rinsed. We're just pre-rich. Okay, that's all that's happening at the moment. And President Trump says interest rates are going to go down. Now, I mean, he's obviously going to apply pressure. The market loves this shit. And you can see we got a beautiful little candle from the Commonwealth boys posting Trump with his green candle. So maybe he's going to save us this weekend. Maybe we're going to get some pumpage. And then we spoke about this yesterday. Now, those tariffs, everybody got a little bit more relaxed because everyone was panicking with the new tariffs and the announcements. And he's kicked the can down the road for a month. Okay, so they're only going to kick in on the 1st of April. And April Fools, maybe he's going to jump out and say, April Fools, fentanyl or whatever. And he was negotiating or whatever the fuck his story's going to be there. But who knows? He's saving it for April Fools. Let's see if we are the fools. Okay. Coinbase reported their earnings. And quite good results. And we noticed that their stablecoin earnings were like astronomical compared to what they used to be. So 𝗏𝗏𝗟𝗏 says from 2020 to 24, Coinbase subscription and services rev grew from 45 to 2.3 billion. Nice. But the most remarkable part, stablecoin revenue, which was virtually non-existent at 10 million in 21, exploded to $900 million in 24. Okay, so now they're making money, from staking, from interest and things like that. James, anything interesting you saw there on that Coinbase stablecoin situation? It's just making tons of cash, though.
Yeah,
it's
tons
looking
of money.
Good. It's looking really nice. Okay, so let's take a look at the Coinbase chart here and just see where we are. This is Coinbase on the weekly. And I mean, it's amazing that Coinbase, obviously we can trade Coinbase sometimes as a proxy for, crypto and things like that. It might be a crypto play, obviously. And I just love the fact that even Coinbase sticks to shitcoinery behavior. Look at this. We looked at this trade whenever this was in November 24. We were talking about a 618 and look at this. Just like a typical shitcoin comes down, hits the 618, absolute rocket ship off that thing. So you can apply this type of TA to stocks as well. It really is a thing of beauty. Now, in terms of Coinbase, well, what do we want to see? So decent earnings. And in terms of support, you can see we're sitting on a major weekly support level here. So anybody trading Coinbase at the moment, you can see you've got your support band down to about 260, which is what you're going to be looking at. And that is what you want to watch. You got your 100-day MA bringing up support, and then you do have a weekly low just sitting under that. But in terms of what we want to see now for Coinbase, you obviously want to see this thing hold this 270 region and then start grinding higher. So that is what you really want to pay attention to if you are a bull. Alternatively, if we do get some weakness here, you're probably going to test these lows at that 200-day MA. So just eyes on that if you guys are trading Coinbase. But I would say tons of Coinbase weakness. The crypto market might be taking a little bit of strain as well. So that's always a good guide for you guys. Now, people in the chats, I see Deborah Lee says Popcat finally listed on Coinbase. I do have Popcat for you guys. Is it head short time on that thing, or is it going to go a little bit higher? Let's see. Rob N is asking for some link action as well. And Success Tech Hub says the 618 boss is live. Look, I mean, you can't deny the 618. I mean, it always does what we needed to do. Okay, guys, drop some tokens here. And remember, when the likage is the right number, Dave's coming out. He's got a setup for you guys. He's not coming out. He's got a setup for you guys. Okay, it's coming in hot in a couple of minutes. Now, let's talk S&P. Looking nice and bullish. We've broken our trend and we are pushing into our big resistance band. This is our all-time high level that we're going to be watching here, 6,160. That is our big one. That is all you need to pay attention to right now. If we do blow that area, I think we get a bit of a rocket ship actually, and I think the market really starts climbing in. I suspect there's going to be some kind of squeeze as well if we start popping through that. So 6,160 is the big one for me on the S&P. Okay. And now Ali Charts is saying this is weird. Okay, he says estimated leverage across all exchanges is nearing new yearly highs, signaling increased risk of liquidation events. Now, I mean, as if we haven't been liquidated enough and rinsed enough. Now they're telling us the leverage is still too high. I mean, can you believe this shit, James? I mean, am I reading this correctly? They've wiped everyone out. And now they're saying it's too high again. I don't know.
Guess what that
There's
means?
too many degens.
Yeah.
Too many degens. But you know what's happening? It's the longs and the shorts and the longs and the shorts. Look at this. It's such a tight range. Everybody is getting, everyone's trying to pick a side here.
Getting smashed along the way.
Look, there's going to be, according to that, there's going to be rinsage. Okay, so guys, watch out. Okay, according to that. Now, let's see what else we got going on here. Let's talk BTC on the daily. We're not going to talk long on this one. This is 100K upside, 95K downside. That is what you're concerned about. Okay, if we break through that, super bullish. If we break down that, we're looking at 91. Simple game plan there. Bitcoin on the daily. That is all you need to look at. Teddy says we are fooked. Okay, well, just make sure you guys are hedging. Now, Ben Cowan says alts have been in a bear market against Bitcoin for 3 years, but not your alt. Okay, not your alt that you have all that conviction on. Okay, so I love this guy's commentary. He's always super bearish, but it's always fun to look at. And look, he is a realist, I guess, and he's not wrong. So these alts have been getting smashed, okay, realistically over the last while. But let's talk alts right now. Let's talk what is happening to our altcoins right now. And you can see on dominance on the daily, guys, we finally got our daily level lost on dominance. This is a great start. You can see we had a nice alt bounce now and things are cooking. And where do we look out for our altcoins? For me, anything down to 59.9. That is what we're going to be watching now. Look out for a bounce on dominance at 59.9%. If we get a bounce there, that is most likely a danger zone. And that is a very high probability that alts start getting rinsed in that area if dominance bounces. Now we know it's a high probability daily level, so you're going to look out there 59.9%. So if we have a beautiful weekend, 59.9, just be careful in those regions. And then I do have another backup zone for you, 59%. That is our 50-day moving average that you're going to pay attention to. So those are the dominance bounce levels. Those are your alt danger zones. So if you're feeling a little bit euphoric this weekend and your longs are printing and you're showing your P&L to your wife and your girlfriends and all these things, just check dominance. If dominance is at 59.9 or 59%, that could be a take profit zone. Okay. Mark my words. If it bounces there, that's a take profit zone. Okay. Let's go. Total 3, no changes here from yesterday. We are still bearish on Total 3 until we start breaking some big levels. This is what we looked at yesterday. We said Total 3 is pushing against major daily resistance. What we wanted to see it do was break through, okay, push into the 50-day MA and then either reject or then blow through that 50-day MA. Look how beautifully this ties in with dominance, losing a major daily level as well. So Total 3 blows through a daily resistance, dominance drops through a daily support, and everything is looking nice on altcoins all of a sudden. So again, TP guideline for you guys, if Total 3, which is the altcoin market ex Bitcoin and ETH, hits 950 to 976 billion, that is going to be your danger zone. Okay, that is what you're going to be looking out for, potential TPs on your altcoins. Now, stable coin, store of value. James was telling me this stable coin, they actually bought some more. BlackRock was buying some more today. And this is Poseidon saying 21, ETH was 2.6, 22, 2.6, 23, 2.6, 24, 2.6, 25, 2.6. Now, are they doing something? Are they planning something? We speculate about this thing every single day, and the ETH chart looks like absolute dog shit while all these big institutions are buying so much ETH. And Brett is just giving us a chart here. He said, Brett-ETH says QE versus QT versus ETH, okay? There's a lot of confusion on X about QE and altcoins. Altcoins, ETH in this example, don't need quantitative easing to pump. However, history shows that it helps. We've been in QT since 2022, okay, basically when they started sending us to hell, and Ether still managed to go up 55%. So we projected to be in QT until Q2. There's a lot of Qs going on here, possibly Q3. Okay, so anyway, what he's saying is, yes, it helps, but it's not necessary for things to do really well. So we don't have to absolutely rely on QE to pump our bags completely. We can still get moves out of the market. So that is ETH BTC. We're not going to hop on that. This is ETH on the 5-day chart. So just a reminder where we are: upside 2829, downside 21. Everything else in between is for degens and it's noise. If you're a spot buyer or a margin trader, you can make an assumption if you're comfortable with that the lows are 2,100, that the lows are in. If that is the case, then you just DCA on any weakness on ETH, and you're going to be looking for that 6-7K mark at some point when the market eventually wakes up again. Now, in terms of the more degen approach, and you guys, some of you might be copying what I'm doing at the moment, and my strategy at the moment is buy ETH 2.6, buy ETH 2.5, buy ETH 2.4, let this thing grind down. If there is weakness, keep adding to the position and hopefully get a nice big size. And by the time we have bottomed out there, then we got a big size, we locked and loaded, and then maybe ETH is going to push to some big levels for us. So that is my current ETH strategy, and right now I'm trading it in 𝗬𝗥, and I've only got one sort of main entry at the moment, so I'm letting it do what it needs to do. As and when this thing falls over, I will be adding to it. If it starts running off without us, well, then we're going to change our strategy. We're going to have to start adding as this thing pumps, and we're going to talk about some of these setups here. So you can see I've got long bonk earlier today that I dropped in Chart Hackers. Then I've got a dupe head short. I've got a Popcat head short. I'm talking about both of these charts for you. I've got AI16Z from yesterday. That thing is still cooking. And then I've got that ETH position. So we're going to cover that one in a couple of minutes now for you guys. So let's go. Let's talk Sol. So this has been really quiet. VNB's been absolutely ripping. We even saw things like AVAX doing nicely. Sonic was waking up. And Sol has been a little bit of an underperformer, and we are still dragging our heels, sitting around 187. So Sol traders, 187, that has got to be your weekend level that you're watching. 187, you can see these, the daily horizontals are holding nicely for you. So 187, look out, potential wick into the 200-day MA. If they come for a stop hunt, that would make perfect sense to me at 183. So those are the levels you want to pay attention to this weekend. If things get really ugly, have a backup plan. Okay, what is your backup plan? Your backup plan should be 174, 168. Okay, watch those areas. Those are most likely your reaction zones. So if they do fall over, you most likely get some kind of bounce in those areas. So it's 187, 183, 174, 168. That's what you need to know. And remember, guys, all these charts that you see on the show go straight into Chart Hackers. So you can look at them at your leisure. Okay, if you want to copy them, you copy them there. They are all there for you guys. Mumo says Casper short. Casper is, I'm head short, okay? It's in a short zone. I'm going to explain it all to you guys. We've also got long entries for you, so do not panic, okay? Everything is happening here for you guys. Let's talk dupe, and we want more dupe, says dupe. Their buyback start on Monday. So you guys will remember there was a big dupe announcement not too long ago, and 50% of all protocol fees will go towards buying their dupe and locking it for 3 years. And they also burnt, if I'm not mistaken, James, 30% of the supply.
Yeah, they just burnt that. I think it was the 24th of January. Yeah, okay. So they've already done that. Plus, they're doing the buyback. That's super bullish.
Yeah, so pity the market's so shit. But in terms of, I mean, that's not helping. But in terms of dupe, there's lots of bullish news about it and around it. So you can't be blamed for getting long on this thing. You can't be blamed for looking at a couple of fundamentals. So in terms of what I just looked at here, and in terms of a hedge shorting strategy, I just like the fact that it responded to the news, number one, and it gave a nice big move. Now, we have seen subsequent to this, the whole market is actually starting to wake up a little bit. So maybe dupe will have a little bit more energy. But in terms of shorting a news pump, which I was hoping that is what it was going to be, this is now teeing up for that potential reversal. So just in terms of what I am looking at, you can see dupe has now pumped into overbought territory and reversal country. And if we look at my oscillator, what has happened the last few times we have pumped into those areas, you can see we do get some kind of pullback. So if we use history as our guide on dupe, this might tell us that, you know, we should be a little bit more cautious if we are opening longs into resistance. And maybe if you are looking for a hedge play, this could be one of them. So this is sitting at a major resistance area. And in terms of, you know, if we were looking for longs on this thing, what would that look like? And you could see the current situation. We are dropping into quite an interesting level, and we've got a couple of zones where we could see this thing potentially bouncing. Okay, so these are the areas that I would pay attention to now. If you're looking for hedge plays or TP zones on your dupe trade, these are your levels. 96, 1, and what's that top one there? 1.07. Okay, those are your big rejection zones. Those are your TP zones, your rejection zones, maybe your hedge zones. If you are cooking in your longs and you are pumping and you don't know what you want to do with your trades, maybe you want to take profit there, maybe you want to look at a couple of hedge shorts, this could be something for you guys. Okay, so that is dupe. There's the game plan. And then in terms of support, if you are sitting in this thing, you've got massive support here at the moment around about your 50-day MA. So let's just bang out some fibs here quickly and see, okay, look at that absolute banger. So 0.898, call it 0.9 is pretty big dupe support. So if this thing does fall over this weekend, you most likely have a major bounce zone sitting at the 0.9 level. So just watch that area. If there is weakness, if you are sitting in a head short and things fall over, 0.9. That's a bounce zone for me. 50-day MA, 382 horizontal, and you most likely get a full reset here on that 1 hour as well, and then things start ripping again. Okay, that is what you're going to be looking at. Zen says US market closed on Monday. James, can you confirm that? Is it a holiday?
Good.
Okay, let us know. And Dave, how are you doing there? You chilling there in the back? Everything okay?
Just
you want to hang out?
Absorbing your alpha, sir. I love
Do you want to hang out? Hang out.
Yeah.
You want to hang out? Yeah, cool. Hang out.
I'm just marking those levels on Jupe, man. It definitely looks like a short. Yeah.
You got a Jupe. You in and long, aren't you? From low. Did you get a good buy?
Really. So when Nimrod had announced that on your show yesterday, I went right into my session, and then it had retraced into a point of control, and yeah, we nailed that trade. But yeah, no, looking at the short now, this looks great.
Okay, and you picked up a long down here somewhere, right? I mean, you got it in nice and early, so you cooking at the moment. Remember, guys, longs and shorts, it's all going down in hackers. Okay, so Dave Guy gave that entry there for dupe. Let's look at what else I've got in my war chest here. Now, we're talking about sleeping giants, or we're talking about giants awakening, and I'm embarrassed to say, whether you like it or not, this is one of them. Okay, with reclaims the number 3 rank among Sol meme coins. Now, this thing woke up earlier today, and it's been absolutely, I don't want to say melting faces, but fuck, this thing is cooking, okay? And, okay, this is what's going down. Okay, take a look here. Here's the mix. I was just saying to Dave and James, do you think I've got enough positions here, okay? I said, it's hard running the show because I give all these great trades. I see all these opportunities, and I want to take all of them. Okay, so let's focus on what we need to focus on. Here's Whiff. Okay, I got this Whiff trade from Panda in Chart Hackers. He's one of our legendary traders in our trading zone. And this morning, randomly, I was literally driving and I saw some post about Whiff and all these things that he was taking a Whiff trade, and I jumped into this thing. And this thing's cooking, okay? I mean, I'm $3,500 up here from a trade I just took in my hackers. I just got the notification. I was like, that's cool, let's go. And so thanks to Panda, he gave us that Whiff trade. And then it got me thinking on a couple of other things. And that is where we started identifying things like Bonk as well as potential movers for today. And Brett, so we're going to be talking about that. And you can see I'm in a Floki head short at the moment. I'm going to show you that chart. I'm in a CAS head short. I mean, I've started a Whiff head short in case it reverses here. And Bitcoin, I'm still in that short. No reason to change it until we start squeezing and they come and rinse me. But it's going to be the best rinse in history if Bitcoin starts pumping. It's great. They can send it. Our longs will start cooking. So let's talk Whiff. What is the current game plan here? And a couple of things were really just basically shouting at us. Number one is the spider webs. Okay, look at these spider webs here, Dave. Look at this thing. We've got absolute. Yeah. This is proper, bro. When you see this, okay, in the oscillator, you know it's going down. Okay, it's just a matter of time when you see these things. So we've printed the blue dot, the green reversal, spider webs of divergences, and that gives you the trigger that this thing is going to start cooking. Okay, so if you are trying to jump into Whiff now, you are a little bit late. So as you can see, I'm already in the zone here where we take profits or where we're looking for head shorts and things like that. But in terms of potential targets, if you're sitting in Whiff, your targets are 84, your targets are 96. These are reasonable zones that this thing could potentially pump to this weekend. Okay, so look out for those levels. If it doesn't reject here, those are most likely your areas. So Whiff traders, your main support is going to be this breakout candle low 63. Watch that area over there. If you get a close under that, then I would say Whiff is going back to hell. But until then, that is what we're watching. So this current zone where we are, 74, 73, 84, 96, 97. Okay, that is it. And Rob says bottom for Whiff is in the tiredness. It's dusted off. It must be so shorted, this thing. It must be so squeezy right now that I think we are going to get a little bit more upside here. And Valerie says it's President's Day on Monday. Okay, and so look, guys, there you go. There's Whiff. You've got your upside targets. Let's not get too greedy. You know where this thing can really go. 1.37, 1.87. But right now, let's deal with these levels here. Let's see if we can get something this weekend into one of these zones. So that is the game plan there. Then I wanted to shout out to Panda. Okay, I mean, he dropped some absolute bangers here. What is this? All the crypto bros treating their ladies with bread and butter tonight. Okay, this was Panda earlier today. I just want to shout out here. Look at this. The guy's got 12 trades, 10 wins. Okay, that's a good hit rate. Okay, whether you like it or not, market shit, market good, 10 out of 12. I'm quite happy with that. And I just want to say, we got such a banger team in there, in that chart hackers. We are super happy. Me and Dave, we're super stoked with what the guys are doing in there at the moment. Absolute crackers. And you can follow us on Twitter. There's Dave's super trade. There's a couple of ideas here from Dave as well. Check at that. There he is. Got Arkham action. Here's my fart coin from yesterday. So you can follow us at the chart hackers. And there's alpha there for you guys. There's trade setups. Everything's here. Okay, you can see what's going on in there for us. Okay, so take a look at that. And now let's talk Pepe. That thing has obviously, it's dear to me. Okay, I've been giving you guys this Pepe trade for 10 days. I don't know, give or take. We're finally getting a little bit of action. So I wanted to highlight this as your another potential giant. If WIF starts flying, I think everything starts moving with it. I'm talking meme coins and things like that. And we're going to be looking at a couple of interesting levels here on Pepe. So targets for you. If we get momentum this weekend, we don't want to dive in too deeply here because this trade has now started moving. But targets for you guys, 1128, 119, 131. Okay, those are the reasonable zones that I like. We've been waiting for this for ages. Look at that 5-day. At some point, this 5-day is going to eventually start turning up as well, and then we're going to see an interesting time. We're going to have a change in the market. It might be easily something like that, but it could be coming. Okay, so just be patient with this stuff. It's now a matter of time. These oscillators are really starting to look better on the higher time frame. So the quicker they can turn around, the better. But it's about patience, hanging in there. Okay, hanging in there. Guys, that is what you want to do. Okay, let's go. Brett. And this was one I started nibbling at earlier today. And guys, I think look, if you're going high leverage, you might be a little bit late for this one. Okay, so if you were in chart hackers earlier today, you would have seen I was taking that long. I gave the levels on my Zoom this morning. We did a private Zoom session, and now this thing is starting to start grinding. So in terms of what I'm looking for on Brett, we keep it super simple here. Anybody trading Brett, if you are in this current position, what you want to look at is a couple of TP zones that you want to pay attention to. Number one, we just want to take out some wick highs. And we just want to target these types of areas. So we'll keep it super simple for now. Brett, potential targets that you are going to be looking at, 479, 4938, and 505. Okay, that's what you're going to be watching. Now, if you are degening into this thing, you need to understand where your risk is. You need to understand where reasonable risk is if there is a pullback in the market. So Brett is now looking nice. We've had a nice pop. We understand our oscillators looking bullish on the 2 hour, on the 4 hour, on the 12 hour. Things are starting to look a lot better. But in terms of managing our risk, what do we need to pay attention to? So your main support for me is 45. And we have tested that region today. We actually wicked a little bit underneath it, but that is what you're going to be watching. So if we have a hard sell off the market there, 45 is your most reasonable support that you're going to be looking for a bounce or for buys in that zone. So watch that zone, 45. If we start closing under these types of levels, that's going to tell us that the market might be turning a little bit more bearish, and then we could be looking a little bit lower. So just be careful with how you manage things. If there is a pullback, look for those buys, wait for those bulls to step in, but you're going to be one of those bulls. So you're going to be looking at that 45 level on Brett. You're going to be looking to start accumulating there. And then if we get that bounce, you're looking at these upside targets. Remember, these charts will be in chart hackers for you. So those are the targets, 479, 49, 50. That is where we want to send that thing. Main support, 45. If you close under there, guys, be careful. Okay. And PM George says, fact, Brett, check Nero. I haven't looked at that Nero in a long time. Lord, who's wearing lipstick, bro? It's Valentine's Day, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Am I?
No, it's DJ Dave there. He's got some pretty red lips. I think maybe he was doing some smooching for the show. Forgot to wipe it off.
I had to get my raspberry energy drink.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Chinkatron's in the house. He's our newest member. Is he our latest member in Hackers?
He is, just 2 days now, I think. I dragged him into the stage last night, and he's watching the educational videos and, yeah, having a good time.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, we're looking after him well.
Good. Excuse me while I have a sip of water on this fine Friday. Okay, guys, let's go. Who's ready for Dave? Are you ready for Dave's setup yet? Guys, let us know. Okay, James, will you check that likage there? You guys need to be ready. I want to see the fire in the chats here. Okay, bring the fire. So Mumo says he sold the girlfriend to buy the dip. Bro, I hope it works out for you, because if you got the timing right, it's going to rip. You can get another girlfriend. It's amazing. Okay. Let's go. Let's talk hedge plays. Let's talk a couple of things. Bonk is another one that I want you guys to look at. And you can see I've started a bonk position here. Dupe and Popcat I've showed you. So we're going to talk about all of these charts, guys. Don't panic. And this is what I've been doing in Hackers lately. I wanted to give people clarity, very clear direction on certain trades and things like that. So what I'm doing for everybody in Hackers now, when I'm dropping these setups, I'm giving you the positives, I'm giving you the negatives, I'm putting it all on the chart for you so it's easier for you guys to understand. Okay, so that is what you're getting in there at the moment. And this was the bonk trade that I dropped earlier today and started laddering in. Now, unfortunately, we had a dip at some point in the market, and I didn't add to my bonk position. So I missed the add when we did drop back into that region. So I've just left the size as it is for now. But in terms of my thesis here behind bonk is, number one, WIF has woken up. We can see that, and now we can see there's a tension in meme coins again. Pepe, Brett, they're all doing things now at the moment, and obviously Bonk is going to be one of the crowd favorites. It's one of the old favorites at the moment, and you can see it is now waking up. So in terms of where I think this can go in a super pumpy market, there's a couple of big targets that I want you guys to look at for Bonk. So, I'd like to see it at 207. I'd like to see it at 227, and then if we do pump into those types of regions, I think we get proper, and I'm talking like swing shorts. I'm talking like big shorts. I'm not talking like little shorts. If we pop into those types of zones, and I'm talking 0244, I'm talking 0264, those types of areas, I think we get big shorts. Now, the first step is going to be, let's get some momentum in the market, because looking at this, we're saying, we're getting a little bit hopeful here. But, in terms of that, 17%, 26, 38, if we get to those levels, guys, we're going to be laddering into shorts up there, okay? And we're going to have big shorts on the way down. But right now, what do you need to do? If you are trading bonk, or you're interested in trading bonk based on, the idea that WIF has started moving, the safest play I can give you in terms of degen support, and now this is for the leverage guys, your safest play is going to be to hold support anywhere under this horizontal band. So you're going to watch this region here, anything down to say 183. So if there is weakness, you just want to see bonk close above that 183 horizontal zone. That is going to be your ideal bullish scenario. Then, of course, we've got our breakout candle just underneath, and I've marked that one on the chart, 175. So that is your next, if you can let this thing bleed, 175 is going to be your next main support base. If you lose that, then the move is over. Everything is fucked. Sell everything. We're going to zero. Okay, it's as simple as that. I don't know how else to explain that, Dave. Do you concur with that?
I concur.
Inverse bull. Okay, so remember the rules, guys. It's very important. There's a couple of ways that we like to trade. Number one, in Hackers, we tend to look for these drops into the big juicy zones. That's why we call them hot zones. So we're pumping into hot zones, we're dropping into hot zones. Those are always the first prize trades. Then the second prize is going to be when we start breaking horizontals and we start breaking trends. But what does that mean? It means we're adding a little bit of risk in terms of the depth of the candles and things like that. So when you're playing the breakouts, there's always a little bit of extra risk there that you are taking on. And you can see that is why we like to put a stop under the breakout candle. And for this example, I'm using the 4-hour breakout candle at 175. So that for me is a big cut zone. And there is a cut zone at 183. If you close under 183, that is a cut zone for bonk. Now you've got your upside targets where we'd like this to go. We'll leave it in the crypto god's hands for the weekend, and hopefully Uncle Donald doesn't fuck that one up for us. James, how are we looking on the likage there?
It could be better. It really could,
guys.
Yeah, 258.
Yeah. Guys, I literally brought in the gun Okay, if you want the gun, you gotta like the guy's work. Okay, I know Teddy's there. Teddy's nailed it. Okay, okay, and DJ Drew Crypto says nibble the shorts. It's Valentine's Day, and these fucktards are all clueless. Thanks, J-Way. Appreciate you, bro. What a fucking lovely man. You obviously missed Altcoin yesterday. You obviously missed AI16Z yesterday. You obviously missed Brett. You obviously missed all the fucking bangers. So thanks, bro. Look after yourself. Okay. Kimmy's in the house as well. Let's see what else we got for you. Okay. Let's talk Popcat. Now, there's a couple of things with Popcat. Again, I've got a hedge short in play. Again, I'm not saying short everything, close all your longs, we are going to zero. I'm not saying that. I'm saying because the market is so uncertain at the moment, what we need to do is have a balanced plan. So when we get tokens popping into major resistance bands, we need to understand that there are potential reversals that come. So I'm watching Popcat on the 2 hour. You can see the last few times we've had these types of situations, we have had pullbacks in the market. Now, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get it every time, but in terms of having a risk managed strategy, and in terms of saying, I don't want to be long everything, I want to have some kind of, hedge play in place, you can see we're printing bearish divergence here on Popcat at the moment, and we are pushing into a resistance band. And one of the big ones you can see that we're rejecting off, if you zoom in, is our VWAP. And it's our VWAP from the highs. You can see there's a big fight going on right now. We've already rejected twice out of this thing at the moment. And that is why it's interesting to me as a hedge short play. So just to remind you guys again, net fucking long everywhere. You can see, okay, now I've got some hedge shorts in case we're going to get rinsed and this market's going to fall over. I wanted a little bit of cover for the downside. It's not a strategy for everybody, but it's a strategy that I like to employ. So that is why I've got Popcat short there. So for me, anything for Popcat up to, and I would say a candle close up to 4005. Okay, so if you get a candle close above that type of region, okay, probably a cut zone. Okay, if you stay under these types of levels, then I would say we probably pump a little bit this weekend, and then this divergence plays out and we start dripping a little bit lower. So in terms of a hedge play, candle close above 0.4, probably a good idea to exit any hedge shorts that you got. If you are sitting long and you want bigger things out of this, well, what you would do is, and you don't want to cut your position, what you would do is just look for major support. So let's try and just quickly give you a big support level in case you get a short-term pullback in the market and things stay bullish. And that for me is going to be, that's the most reasonable level I can give you. Okay, so 336. So watch 336. If the market does dip a little bit this weekend, you will see probably some entry opportunities if it's going to stay bullish. And 336 for me looks like the most reasonable area. Look for a wick into 33 somewhere there. That could work for the bulls out there. Now remember, all these charts go straight into chart hackers. Give me some Dave. Dave, give us some stuff. What do you got, bro?
Cool. Let me know if you see my screen there.
What is this comment? Trump to tariff all countries that have VATs, wine VATs, or that charge VAT.
Value-added tax. He's just put out a statement right now saying that any country that charges a value-added tax, he's going to consider that a tariff and do a reciprocal tariff. But in most of Europe, everything has a VAT on it. Like all products, domestic or not, so, imported, exported, everything has that tax. It's just if it's sold in that country.
If we import something here, we have value-added tax. But if we import something, we don't pay VAT, we pay a duty to bring it in. So... yeah, okay, weird. Okay, let's go. Let's see what Dave's got. Okay, Davey, let's go. Where are we going?
Okay, so just dropped this one in the chart hackers about an hour ago. It's already ran away like a percent or two, but it's Griffin, right? So we were tracking this rising trend on Sunday. We actually gave this trade in the hackers on our private Sunday session with a nice little swift 50% move. But what we're seeing here on Griffin is, a lot of up down, right? But one thing that stands out to me right now on this particular setup is we have a point of control showing on Chart Prime, and then I did a fixed range poll to verify that point of control. So we have a very strong area here, and so if you guys were paying attention to Griffin, we had this wick into the point of control and rising trend with a strong bounce, right? So the entry box is really here. I would say between 1424 and 1507. It's at 1531 right now. I recommend low leverage. We just had a 1 hour bullish divergence print here. And yeah, TP1 I would say is at 1642. TP2 would be right at the value area high here. So this top blue line here is what we call the value area high. This is the value area low. So value area high lines up with a neutral order block here. Okay, so I'm not expecting a crazy rejection. So that would be TP2. And then TP3 essentially would be this anchored VWAP. Okay, so if this whole trade setup works out, we're looking at a nice 38% move. With that being said, be careful with your leverage. Don't go 20x, because 20x you're already liquidated at the entry, right? So for me, I started a 6x position, but I have another order down here just in case we visit the trend line at 1440-ish, I would say. And yeah, I'm anticipating some kind of pumpy weekend. I ran a session yesterday, and I was kind of covering the week. As far as a recap goes, we had this bullish Monday, and then that typically gives us like a red week. And so that's what we had, right? Kind of just this sell off, sell off, sell off. It's been quite annoying, right? We've all been wanting this bullish week. So again, I'm hoping for a pumpy weekend, maybe a Monday sell off and a bullish week to come. But as far as setups goes, we nailed quite a bit of them yesterday on the session, but Griffin hasn't really ran quite yet. And I'm expecting a ridiculous 10, 15, 20% pump. We'll see how we go. So invalidation is quite simple, guys. If you start to see Griffin drift below the point of control, then there's probably going to be a back test of that point of control and then a drop. Okay, so that's kind of the invalidation, right? I would say cut your trade if we back test the point of control. And that actually would be a short trigger. So for those of you guys that want to learn how to take shorts, essentially you lose the trend, you back test the trend, and that's your short entry here. Okay, but I don't want to see that. That means we're having kind of a bearish weekend. And again, I'm kind of anticipating kind of a pumpy weekend here. So send the altcoins.
Brew, I actually took the Griffin trade. Dave said he was bringing it, so I've jumped into Griffin on Bank, and yeah, so far so good. We're going to see if that thing is going to cruise. What else are you looking at there, Dave?
So there's another setup here, right? So Pendle was one that was a request on Tuesday, and we're banging right into a point of control right now. So kind of like how you gave a head short on Jupe and some of these other like Popcat, Pendle might be a head short as well. And I was actually looking for the long here at the anchored VWAP here. So dropped an anchored VWAP from the 15-minute time frame here, and you can see the support on Pendle. So I'm anticipating a move here where we could flip long. So this is kind of a double play situation where we could go short and then flip long, right, it both ways. We like to encourage that if there's a setup that shows that. But basically, once we can break this trend, then I'm looking for a shot up towards the anchored VWAPs here in the 50-day MA, and then also these neutral order blocks, right? So if Pendle starts to break out now, then I would say this trade idea for the short is invalidated. But just in case we do come down, I think either Saturday or Sunday will be a pump kind of day. But typically on the weekend, there's always some kind of red day, right, where Bitcoin kind of comes down just a little bit, pierces the Keltner channel in the 15-minute time frame, which we talk about in in the chart hackers. But yeah, I think this is a decent setup here as far as a short and a long. But if we do break now and we kind of hang it around here above the point of control, then that essentially is your long entry. Okay, so that's kind of another way of looking at it here. Okay, so if we break this point of control, kind of hang around here, then I'm looking for a nice little 10 to 15% move on Pendle. Again, it's up 6% today, but you can see that I've got this trend line that's drawn from the highs here. So 6th of December high, we got 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. We're on the 4th touch right now. So there's a chance that we do have a pullback here. So
Bro, I love Pendle. It's a banger. RWA mix with DeFi, always a banger play. So that Pendle, guys, is one to pay attention to, one to watch. I think, yeah, if it does drop, it's not going to hang around long for you. It's gonna want to send, like Ondo as well. Also been a good performer lately. Yes, okay, let's talk a couple of other things. Who wants to know about CZ's dog and all the bullshit that happened with that? Okay,
tell us.
Who's ready for the story? Okay, let's take a look at what has been going down, and anybody who got involved in the dog show. Okay, there's two camps. The one on the left, I didn't buy CZ's dog, I'm sad. the one on the right says, I didn't buy CZ's dog. I'm glad. Okay. Now, it works both ways because what happens here is you can get chopped up in these scenarios. Okay. And it becomes these situations like, do I buy? And then if I buy, it goes down. And then these things are so volatile. Then there's a listing coming on whatever, fucking Bybit or Binance. There's all the speculation. And at the same time, all the whales are selling spot into the perps that are pushing. It's an absolute dog show. So that's why you know, I think the right-hand side, when this type of dog shit happens, I think that's normally the best one, the smiley one that says, I didn't buy the dog. Because you're saving yourself a little bit of pain. Okay, let's talk CZ. Now we know he's a very smart man. So this surely is not the real actual story about the dog, but here is his dog. Okay, so now every layer one has got a dog as a meme coin or whatever. And it's there now. So that's the official meme coin according to CZ for BNB or for the BSC chain. And Look on Chain says this whale made a big bet on broccoli. He spent $5 million. He bought 39.5 million broccoli at 0.12, becoming the largest holder on broccoli. And I can assure you on that perps listing, he's been exiting, and anybody longing perps has been his exit liquidity. And that is just speculation, obviously. But yeah, maybe this whale's still holding. Maybe he's got more conviction. Who knows? Okay, then here's a story. CWE says CZ knows what he's doing. He will always tweet like he's not interested or will never shill this and that. But if you've been in this game long enough, you will understand this is basically a liquidity grab, okay? Remember what happened to Sol with the Trump meme coin. Remember what happened to Tron with all the meme coins on Tron. And this is what's going on now with BNB. So all the meme coins, it's just bringing liquidity into the Binance chain. It's just pumping things up a little bit. Okay, we've seen this playbook before, and it's nothing new. At some point, it becomes a great short. So in terms of broccoli the dog, I don't want to speculate how high this can go or how low this can go. Okay, in fact, my advice here is probably stay away. Okay, so it's now at $164 million market cap. This thing could go 500, a billion. Who knows where you can send this, but just as easily you can get rinsed. So all I can say is, guys, this is the 5-minute chart. If you want to trade this stuff, understand these things are so volatile that a tiny move, if you're trading leverage on this thing, it's like a suicide mission. This is a 5-minute candle. Look at that, 72%. If you're going to try leverage on this stuff, on 5x, you're going to get rinsed. Okay, look at the size of these moves here. Just that downside move is 24%. So if you open a 5x leverage and you think you're safe, if this thing dips on the 5-minute candles to that level, 24% rinsed. Okay, I'm sure there's other better trades, and you'll get them from us. Okay, so just be careful. That is my word of caution, unless you want to prepare to take on risk and get rinsed. But now, let's talk liquidity grabs. Here is BNB. So we looked at this one yesterday, and look, I've been building a little BNB position today in anticipation of the market turning bullish and the market still saying, hang on, BNB is still cool and we are going to pump this. Now, we have seen BNB pump this week. It's looked very nice. Is there going to be a second bite? So here is BNB on the 2-hour. You can see I'm finally getting my reversal. And yesterday I spoke about the higher time frame chart and what was important to me for what I was looking at. And what is important to me is reclaiming the 50-day MA and that 100-day MA and trend. Now you can see we are floating in this region. There's a chance this thing wakes up and pops again. So that is why I'm sitting in that position. But right now for me, my cut zone is going to be a close under trend and under these levels. And my stop currently is a hard stop because I'm not going to be watching the trades now. So 655, I've got a hard stop on BNB. So if we drop into there, it cuts me, I'm done. And we'll look at it again on Sunday. So 655 is my stop. Then we know the upside zone where this can potentially go. We want to take out the all-time highs, ideally, if there is energy this weekend. So let's look at 700 and then let's look at 780. Give or take as potential targets there. And Scott is up over $1,000 on XRP. Woo. Nice, bro. Good. I hope you're getting your wife a handbag for Valentine's Day. DJ says pump is incoming. Guys, let's go. Are we doing well? We're doing well. We got to get through a couple more charts. If anyone's interested, Cake from yesterday is in the zone. Okay, I'm not going to harp on this one. Your support is 2.43. That is your support. If you lose that, you rinsed. You're going to 2.1. Keep it simple. Okay, Cake's in the zone. Loses that, you get rinsed. You're going to 2.1. That is your next level. Okay, Floki. The biggest meme coin on BSC, on BNB. It's the biggest meme coin. Now, if WIF wakes up, if all these other meme coins start waking up, then Floki is probably going to be a pumper. Okay, and I'm going to get absolutely shit-faced on that hedge short that I'm looking at. So my hedge play is, you can see we are trend resistance. We are at VWAP resistance. We are at horizontal 4-hour resistance. We can see this is a major resistance zone. So just understand that. We've got a couple of reversal prints. But in saying that, there could be one more push this weekend before they come and send this thing down. So that is potentially on the table. So in terms of what I'm looking at the moment, what could happen here? Floki, for example, if we pop today, could go easily up to this 108 level before rejecting. Then it remains to be seen, if we're coming much lower down, that's a different argument. But in terms of where this can go, if things go super bullish, 108 is the area number one that I would pay attention to the upside. Then you've got a couple of other areas that you want to look at. Let's just highlight them for you. 112, and then this wick is an absolute banger. Okay, so call it 144. Those are potential upside targets. Now, I'm long AF on other things, okay? You can see, and I've got enough longs in play. So I've just, for the sake of my own protection, I've got a couple of head shorts. So Floki is one of my head shorts for the reasons I've explained to you now. If you are bullish on this thing, you're going to play this thing the same as Bonk. You're going to play it the same as Brett. You're going to do all those types of things, and you are going to look for support under potential breakout candles. So what you can do, your most degen support level is, this is absolute degen though, you stand a high chance of getting stopped and they still pump it, 99. Then your next big support level that I would prefer you use to give it a chance is 935. Okay, so 935, that's the most reasonable level you can give yourself. That's 7%. So that tells you low leverage and you can ladder in on weakness. If this thing starts falling over a little bit, you ladder in on weakness here, and then you're looking for the market to pump off that zone. Okay, so that's the safest long strategy I can give you guys. So degen support 99, close under that, probably cut the trade. Alternatively, 934, close under that, probably cut the trade. That's the best way I can, or the best plan I can give you. DJ Stuff says things are looking spicy out there. Brendan says, pump it up. Tindo says, smash the likes. Shakespeare every day says, Peter. Bro, I actually started looking when I saw his comment. I actually started looking at it there. Okay, there's Tita, bro. I think it's time to maybe look at a couple of other trades. I mean, I know you obviously got a massive Tita spot bag there, but yeah, look, I mean, this is Tita on the 8 hour. Does it look as good as like Floki? Does it look as good as, some of the others? I don't know. I think it will have its chance. It will do something. But in terms of a quick theta analysis here for you, go break it down into the 1 hour. Look for your horizontals like that. Okay, do that. And then bang out your rising trend. And you look for these squeezy setups. So keep it super simple. You can see what goes on here. We look for these types of things and then a pop. Okay, so if you do get a pop on theta right now, you can use as your support, you can use, I'd say safely 139. Alternatively, you're using 134 as your support. And then your upside targets, if this thing does pop, you're looking at 15 and you are looking at 1577. Okay, now this man needs to come, the theta man, come join us in our trading competition. Guys, we got a trading competition that's exclusive for our community. That is my community, hackers and our whole team and anybody who watches the show, okay? And Bank are kind enough to give really nice prizes and they want to throw money at you for signing up in the exchange. So it sounds like a great combination. Let me tell you what is going on here. Let's go Bank. So you can see I'm trading on Bank at the moment. You guys have been watching the show. You've seen I've been using this quite a lot. I've closed my Altcoin long. Absolute ripper from yesterday, guys. Let me know if anybody got that Altcoin long. That was an absolute banger. But in terms of the tournament, they're giving us a $2,000 prized pool, okay? And it's for anybody who signs up to the link in the show description. It's an exclusive tournament for my viewers, okay? So go to the link in the description, sign up for the competition. You guys are going to stand a chance to win $2,000, $1,000, and $500 for first, second, and third. And there's an exclusive offer that they are giving you if you are watching my show. they are giving you a sign-up bonus, okay? And this is the one, this is our hackers one. If you're a member of hackers, if you put in $100, you're getting a $70 sign-up bonus. If you put in $500, you're getting a $350 sign-up bonus. That is for hackers members. If you are from the show and you're not a member of hackers, you can go into the show description and you can click on L-Bank and you're going to get a 50% sign-up bonus. So you put in 500, they give you 250. Okay, so there's your homework, guys. Sign up to L-Bank, get the futures bonus, join the competition. There's going to be a link for the competition for you guys in the show description. Join the competition, trade with all of us. If you're in the hackers, you're obviously going to have an edge because we're going to give you tons of trade setups and things like that. And have a bit of fun and let's make some money. Dave, you on L-Bank? You got it going yet?
Let's go. Yes, I am.
You ready to go? Okay, good. And remember, guys, obviously, the team will participate a little bit in the competition, but it's a competition for you. So if the team is up in the leaderboard, we obviously not going to take the prizes. It's whoever is behind us. Okay, so we got you guys all covered, and we're here to help you and mentor you and get you guys into the prizes there. Okay, so you can see I've taken Dave's Griffin trade, and I'm still long Pepe at the moment. Let's talk. Let's recap 𝗂𝗓16𝗦 from yesterday. Absolute banger. Okay, I hope some of you guys got that. What did we look for? Just a reminder for everybody, we dropped into our hot zone there, and I think we are watching also for reversals on lower time frames. Let's just recap what we got out of this thing. And yes, there it is there. We got our divergence print on the 1 hour. We got our reversal on a nice level, and then this thing popped up beautifully. Okay, so a well-executed trade. Anybody who was patient enough, it paid. If you were impatient and you jumped out, well, then you missed out on the move. So remember, a lot of these setups that I give you guys sometimes take a few hours to tee up, sometimes take days to tee up. So don't be impatient. And if you come and watch the show and you don't see a setup immediately, remember the charts you liked, take some notes and go look at your chart on your side and set your alarms. When it's ready, then you take the trade. So 𝗂𝗓16𝗦, absolute banger. I kept that one open, as you can see. So that thing is still going at the moment. That's now $500 up. But I did close 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is the one that I gave you guys yesterday. And this was also an absolute... I have no words for this, okay? And I had my stop at 45. The guide here was candle closed under 454. Look at this again. I want to remind you guys what they do. They come here and they stop hunt all the time. They come down and they grab stops under these wicks and they send it up. And this is exactly what we were looking for yesterday, that little dip, that little wick below, and that push higher. So hopefully some of you guys got some of the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 action. In terms of, what to do now, I would be cautious with fresh longs. Unless you picked it up maybe on this dump at 52. So 526 will be your support that you can use. But in terms of new longs for me, I want to wait for a dip again. So my favorite setups are obviously when it's bleeding down into the zones. We time it right. We get the divergence. We set it. Okay, so that for me, there's no new fart trades. And Syed says, put your entry where other people put your stop loss. Not wrong, bros. That's called stop hunting. Okay, let's not be retail. If we watch the show, let's not be retail. Remember, they're coming for your stops. So play according to plan. Like know that they're coming for you. Okay. PF George. Where's that tweet? I've lost it. Okay. How much time do you got? Did you see that tweet, Dave?
I did.
Did you see that picture yesterday? I've lost it, James. I need it back. I somehow lost it.
The Filecoin.
Yes, it's the absolute banger. Okay, so guys, here was the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 trade. You can see it's here on Chart Hackers as well, and it actually went. I closed it at 220 odd %, but there it is. It's floating around on Chart Hackers there for you guys. Let's look at one more for you, CAS, and I want to just explain something to you guys. So this was me yesterday talking about CAS. Just watch what I had to say. 0979. Watch that. You just want that to hold. If that holds for you, then you should be okay. And then CAS is going to target that VWAP at 107, most likely a rejection at 107 there. 107. Okay, now you guys you watch that show and you'll be like, what? Why 107? What the fuck's going on? Okay, now look at CAS. Okay, look here. Bang. Okay, what did it hit yesterday?
Boom.
Let me just highlight this level here for you guys.
107.
107. Okay, there it is. 107. Wait, let me just get my pen out here. 107 there. Okay, you can put the thing right there. 107.28. Okay, now the question is, How did he know that? Can he tell the future? Is he a scientist? All this shit? No, I literally draw lines on a chart, okay? And I can teach you how to do that if you just do the accelerator course. Okay, so we'll keep it so simple, guys. You can learn all this shit as to why I do that, how I know it's going to move there, and all these things. Join the accelerator course. There's a link in the description for you. I've simplified my trading so nicely for you guys. You're going to have a full understanding in 10 days. You're going to understand exactly how I work with the chart prime indicators as well. And it's way more than just the oscillator. We've got order blocks. We've got quantum reactors. We've got all the other stuff that we use. I'm teaching you how to do it in the trading accelerator. Just go into the link in the show description. It's there. Sign up, learn something. Spoil yourself, learn a new skill, stop gaming, learn a new skill, come to Chart Hackers, make money, turn trading into your new game. Okay. Susie Yu, the 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗅 is her favorite toy. I fucking love that 𝗬𝗢𝗡. It's the best. Okay. Mo, I just did AR16Z. Hopefully you got it. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap up here. Dave, thank you, sir. I'm in that Griffin trade. Green weekend, please, sir.
Let's do it.
Final words. Send it.
Yeah, no, just freaking send it, man. And no, for those of you guys that are not in the L-Bank competition, get signed up. We're going to have a great time. And yeah, if we win, we're giving all of our winnings away to you guys. So
correct. Okay, correct. Thank you, Dave. James, awfully quiet today. Awfully quiet there. Everything okay in the back? Okay.
Quiet
the man's
news.
trading frantically in the back. Okay. Have a good weekend, guys. I'm back on the main channel on Sunday night. Banter main channel. I'll see you on Sunday. Whatever happens this weekend, we're breaking it down on Sunday. Pump it or dump it. I'm here for you guys on Sunday night. We'll see you then. And that's it. I'm out of here.